So my name is Kenny McCubbin, Project Manager for Shettleston Community Growing Project. What we do at the project is we have 50 raised beds, a community garden, wildlife garden and an orchard. And the total area that we encompass in the middle of a housing estate is over 2,600 square metres. So we're a small project, but we have a big impact on the local area and beyond. And the project has been there for 12 years in existence. 2 years of that was all the red tape that went behind getting the project up and running. Community growing isn't all about food growing. Allotments and community gardens are a great way to get local people involved in what's happening in their area. Meet new people, meet new friends, improve health and well-being, tackle loneliness, and become more connected to their local area and the project that hopefully they're involved in as well. Our project, the land that we are on at the moment was originally owned by a local housing association in Glasgow City Council, and it was not going to be used for housing, lay unused for a number of years, and was a magnet for antisocial behaviour. So local residents and local people, and I've just noticed that one of our founder members, Julie Christie, as part of this presentation, which is taking place today as well. So Julie was instrumental in getting the project up and running. Without people like Julie and other local people, the project would never exist and it would never still be there in the form it is today. So really appreciate all the work and all the red tape and all the stuff that has to go on behind the scenes that you don't really think about when you want to start up a community garden. It's not just an overnight something that happens overnight. It can take a long time. So this is what the site looked like in 2009. You can see that it was just used for antisocial behaviour. Wasn't really being used for anything. It was an absolute eyesore, and then local people got together to make it into what it is today. The whole project was designed by an architect, not a very good architect at that. Everything was all straight lines. Everything was all the way the architect wanted it. Never really involved any gardeners and anything that happened in it, but it looked amazing if you were looking at it. So there was lots of changes made in between the final design and what it is today. But the testament that it's still there today means that it's a flourishing project and it's doing really well. So what we do as a project, we do food growing, obviously. We do volunteering, outreach work with local schools and nurseries. Recently started up a community bridge to provide free food aid for local people. We're in a children's food growing club called the Smellawella Club. We provide support and guidance to other organisations throughout the UK and worldwide. But more importantly, we provide a safe environment for people struggling with mental health issues, social isolation and unexpected illnesses associated with COVID-19. And we teach local people, organisations, schools, nurseries, how to grow their own fresh fruit and vegetable, how to look after it, and then how to harvest it, and then either store it or cook the produce that they grow on site as well. And we also run an arts and crafts club for over 16s as well. So we're not just a community food growing space, we're a community growing space. And I think that's very important that you can be the two of them, and you can have food as a catalyst for all the other stuff that you do. This is what the project looks like today. All the raised beds are all still there. They all exist in the form that they were in initially, although they've all been repaired. So this is what it looks like. All the raised beds have all been repaired from our initial design. The architect had chosen the wrong wood. It all rotted away, and we had to spend quite a bit of time redoing all the raised beds. Lost one greenhouse, but that was about it. This is the Smellawella Club, which is a kids club we run for 7 to 12-year-olds. Really popular club, and the young people are really good at what they grow. Really amazing to see that all the information that they take in and they retain it for the next year. So hats off to the kids that come along. They want to learn how to grow, and they're really good at it. They're usually ahead of all the other plot holders, and they've got all their stuff growing long before anyone else. So hopefully they'll be the future food growers and the people that take everything forward. Obviously, being in Glasgow, we're limited to what we can grow. So we know from experience what we can grow and what we can't grow, and this is just a small selection of what we grow. Potatoes, onions, garlics, kale, broccoli. We did try to grow asparagus, but never really worked. The growing season was way too short, and the soil was absolutely amazing for growing it, but we just never really got anywhere. So we only concentrate on the stuff that we know we can grow in Glasgow, because believe it or not, we've had snow in the middle of May, beginning of June in Glasgow. As you all know, the weather is all over the place at the moment. So this is just a small selection of what we do, and we're raised beds, allotments, and community garden. So this is a couple of our plot holders existing, and older plot holders who've moved on to other stuff, and a selection of the stuff that they've grown as well. And the next screens are just a snapshot of what we do as a project. So we do volunteering on site. We do gardening in the community garden, the raised beds that we've got as well, the wildlife garden, the community garden, and the small orchard that we've got as well. We also recently started keeping chickens as well, which has proved to be a bit of a nightmare. Chickens like to eat anything and everything. And although we've got netting on the raised beds, they're not chicken proof. So the chickens have now been rehomed, and they stay in an outdoor enclosure at the allotments, and we'll then let them out during the winter to wander about. We also have lots of volunteers at the project. We've got some volunteers who've been there for a long time, and others who have recently joined us. So this is just a selection of everything that we do on site, either working with schools, nurseries, local organisations, volunteers on site, plot holders. We're really busy, but as a project, we try to develop the stuff that we're doing each year. We also work with other organisations. We work with the corporate groups as well. Pre-COVID, we had a family fun day every year as well, and that will be restarting again this year. We also work with other organisations. One that I would hope that you might be able to have a look at is Get Growing Scotland. As an organisation, I don't know if a lot of you know about it, but they do lots of good work, and they support people and organisations to help grow their own stuff. So we also work with the Smellawella Club, which is a kids club, and we do growing, gardening, and we take them on residentials as well. Also nursery schools as well. So this is organisation Get Growing Scotland. If you could maybe have a look to see the stuff they're doing, and if they can support you in any way. Lots of organisations do lots of great work, but this organisation is one that I've got a lot of faith in, and they're a new project that's starting up. So any support and any follows that you could give them would be appreciated. Lots of organisations have got lots of challenges. We're exactly the same, supporting people, getting people to grow their own fresh fruit and veg. So this is just a snapshot of what we aim to do this year. It might work, it might not work. And that's basically the presentation.